Okay, so before I proceed with this video, I'm sure you understand the video might go a little bit long. We do have quite a lot of skins to showcase. So if you want to skip ahead, if one of these skins right here has caught your eye, well, just look in the description, scroll down, and you'll see everything is chaptered. So, brand new Rust store. It's the last one just before Halloween. Yes, Halloween is next week. Not a lot of people are very happy. We did get some interesting collection continuations. But it looks like from here and now, only one bed per Rust store. So, okay, that's fine. And another miner hat. Of course, we did see a collection continuation. I thought it might have been fun gold, but hey, Señor Tomato, that was the first one to be submitted out of all the new wave of all the brand new miner hats. But do not forget, with the Halloween Rust stores, we're still expecting more beds. We're still expecting more miner hats, okay? Now, some of you might be sitting there and saying, oh no, where did the SINOTYPE skins go? Where did the small props boxes go? Don't worry, they will return, most likely. So basically what happened was, no skins were supposed to, they were not supposed to be submitted last week. And, well, the skin creator for SINOTYPE, he focused on a Halloween skin, and, well, the man behind the small box collection, he just didn't want to submit one. But I do know small box, at the very least, is getting a new skin being made. It will be ready for November. I can't answer for SINOTYPE, but I'm still in the position of expecting that SINOTYPE most likely will be finishing in November. I think we're up to 14 in total. I think we could see at least a few more, so, okay, cool. So if I were to quickly just point out of all these skins, which one are abnormal, we actually don't have that many this week. So if I could just quickly point out that the garage door, the sap, we also happen to have the, what was it, the M39 and the bed. We only have 4 abnormal skins this week. Last week we had quite a lot, this week not that much. So I ask you now real quickly, chat, what's your opinion of this Rust store? Are you eager to chase after all of these skins next week? Because I haven't heard that much positivity. It's fine. I mean, last week we had some pretty interesting skins. Oh, yes, we did. Oh, yes. Like, for the past few weeks, we've had some very, very interesting skins. As we have, like, to be honest with you, we still saw some very nice-looking collection continuations, another glow-in-the-dark bed, transparent aim sight sap. But out of all the skins, if I could just give you, like, a little preview, top-selling skin is the Armory garage door. And that kind of took me by surprise. But I think I know why. So it's been about 7 hours now since the Rust store rotated. That's only got just under 5,000 subscribers. But if we could just go to the workshop, I think a lot of people probably got mistaken because does that look like it's transparent? It's not. And if I go over to here to comments, oh, there you go. A perfect example of what we think happened. I thought this was going to be like see-through. It looks very similar to Bombshell skins, which it does. It does kind of look very similar to the Bombshell garage door. So I'm under the impression a lot of people bought this thinking it was a transparent glow-in-the-dark garage door, but no, it's just a glow-in-the-dark door. Still a very nice looking skin, but yeah. So, bit awkward there. My first impression, though, I wouldn't be surprised that this is going to be a quiet Rust store. And then next week with Halloween, when we see the really wacky skins, if I could just quickly remind you, there's a lot of them. I won't be surprised if we see some really wacky sales next week. So consider it the calm before the storm. It might not be the most crazy looking skins ever, but bide your time, wait and see what you see next week. So for week 1 Halloween, we're expecting the contest skins. So basically the devs will be picking them, but they still pick them. So I don't know how many people will be picking for the contest, but I think you'll probably appreciate the second week more. That tends to happen. Like the first week, people are like, oh, why did they pick that? And then the second week is like, oh, okay, that's cool. So first week might not be great. That'll be next week, the 23rd of October. So, okay, cool. I should also point out, Halloween updates also come out next week, October 23, with the release of the Warhammer pack right there. So in this, I'm sure you're fully well aware, brand new Hazmat, but also the first ever chainsaw skin, and apparently the first ever Spaz 12 shotgun skin. So I think a lot of people will be greatly appreciating that. So don't forget, I'll link these in the description, the link to the Warhammer pack, and of course the Halloween skins. And if you get a nice little preview of like some of the Halloween skins, notably most of the collection continuations, I missed a locker unfortunately, consider hopping over to the YouTube and watching the Halloween skin checks. To not be biased, I only looked at all the collection continuations, but I did miss one. So I had to do a short video showcasing all the lockers soon. So throughout this week, you should keep an eye on my shorts because I will just constantly be showcasing like all the Halloween hammers. I've got to do one where I show off all the girly ones, all the girly garage doors. There's a lot of them, anime skins and whatnot. I wonder if Alistair counts as well. Anyway, we'll move on. So, All good, lovely. Let's now quickly switch over to here because I want to quickly showcase something to you. Was it this account? No, it wasn't this account. I think it was... no, it was this account. Yeah, if I could just quickly switch over to here. If I could type in Thundergold... And it doesn't work. Oh, because it's not marketable. There you go. Yeah. Last night, after doing the abnormal barders, I bought 50 Thundergold backpacks. Here's hoping in the future we do see another attempt for hoodie and pants and it gets accepted and we're all happy and we all get to live very happy. Anyway, it looked to be in a very, very interesting spot. Barter support looked very good. Didn't sell too ridiculously. In fact, it slotted in perfectly amongst all the clothing and armor pieces. So what we have right here, I was like, yeah, I had to go in, had to jump in and buy some. So if you want to understand how to approach skins and try and get the best out of it and trying to figure out whether a skin could be a nice investment or not, consider watching the abnormal barders. Watch the first 5 minutes. You'll probably understand everything that's being said. Skip ahead to the barders chapter and then listen to what I say in regards to abnormal barter support. The Thundergold backpack really did look good last night, hence why I jumped in and bought 50. It wasn't cheap. So, all good, understood. Let's now switch back over to here and start talking about the skins specifically. So, I'm standing with my point again. I won't be surprised if these skins undersell. If you're to look at like previous rush stores, you'll see that we've had quite high sales and whatnot, and it's been pretty sweet. I don't think we're going to see it with this week, and I probably would expect everything to return to normal next week. Here's hoping we see some pretty cool, wacky looking Halloween skins, but this... If it turns out all of these don't sell that much, that's good for us, that's great. For us, the investors, if there's not that many of these skins to go around, all the better for them to rise up in price. Take, for example, the collection continuations. Night Demon gloves and boots, for example. If we ever do see Tier 2 being accepted, and there's only a few thousand of these at best, I know, we're always keeping an eye on like comparisons with the rest of clothing armor sets and whatnot. The Hoodie and Pants recently did about 15,000 subscribers. The Tier 3 did about 12, 13, 14,000 subscribers. Well, if these boots and gloves sell even less, it's looking to be a very tasty looking investment. You could also consider like comparing to like deplorable skins. We've got the Bones collection here as well, but that doesn't appear to be even very in demand, does it? New, down 24, down 55, but only 8,400, only about 11,000 almost subscribers each there. So you're the lowest selling skin at the moment. Could you match up to the previous skins? Also take into consideration, we have seen 3 minor hats being accepted in a row. Last week's one was absolutely ridiculous. The week before that, the anglerfish looked really cool. But we also know we're going to see even more minor hats. We know we're going to see even more bed skins. Now, is it a guarantee? No. But with what I've seen being submitted, I really wouldn't be surprised if we do see more minor hats and more bed skins being accepted. I kind of worry about this. I don't think he's going to stand out that much. But at a nice 99 cents, I don't think he could go wrong. I like the little touch here with the source for the little electrical that thing there, so that's fine. But overall, if we want to look at all these skins and try and figure out, are any of them, nice investments and whatnot, well, how about we get started then? Armory garage door. Are you number 32 for this year? Yes, that's the amount of garage doors we've had in 2025. So if I were to just quickly click over to here, does it say the number for the year? Does it say 32? Yep. We've currently, we just had the Rustoria garage door. We've now got number 32 here. How many Halloween garage doors do we have? Oh, why don't we just take a little peek? So if I could just scroll down over to here, there's a lot of deplorables, there's a lot of clothing armor. Scroll. And this isn't a surprise because we saw the exact same thing last year. Last year we had about like 42 garage doors being submitted. But this year, oh my, here we go. If I was to give you a rough estimate, you're probably looking at about 30 at least. Yeah, there's a lot of garage doors. So if I was to just sit here and say, we're starting from here. I'm still scrolling. There you go. Now it ends. We've got at least 30 there, probably 40. I haven't actually double checked yet, but there will be more garage doors. Come on now. So hopping back over to here. Are you special enough? Do you stand out enough? It's another glow-in-the-dark garage door. We've literally just had a glow-in-the-dark transparent design being given away for absolutely free. There's how many again in total? Well, you can actually find out over to here. No, it doesn't say it here. So if we go to SCMM.app, if you were to go ahead and look at all the garage doors for this year and overall, you'll find out we have 100. Oh, well, congratulations, you're number 100. It doesn't sound like a lot, But with the amount that we keep seeing every single year, it's getting ridiculous. It's becoming problematic. So, wow, actually it didn't bring up all the skins. That's silly. No, the first ever skin wasn't in 2022. No, really? Okay, anyway. So, with that right there, because we keep seeing more and more skins every single year for the past 3 years, just to clarify, we had a record-breaking amount in 2023, a record-breaking amount in 2024, and right now it looks like we're definitely going to be having another record-breaking amount of garage doors. Could things change in the future with brand new Skinnables? More diverse rust doors? Let me remind you, the next Skinnable is the handmade LMG. That'll be for November, and the tactical gloves will be the brand new Skinnable for December. Will we still see tons of garage doors? Will we still see more Twitch drop garage doors? Maybe we'll see some bed Twitch drops and whatnot, a little bit more diversity, fingers crossed. Anyway, maybe things may change in the future, but I'm sorry to say I don't really think that's going to be perfectly fine. I think we're still going to see potential issues, potential problems. So, yeah. By all means, we can take a look at it. But I want to ask you sincerely, were you one of the people that bought it thinking it had a transparent little view bit there? If I could just quickly remind you, if I could look at like a bombshell garage door, you take one quick look at it and you realise, oh, hang on a minute, it looks very similar. Not that the skin creator did anything wrong. We've had loads of green garage doors and whatnot, but when people were remembering this, they probably looked at that and thought, oh yeah, it's similar, surely. No. So, okay, come on. Let's go hop in game, give it a good look, and you can tell me whether you like it or not. And here we are in game. Now you might wonder, how come I have that rolled up there? Oh, you'll see in a second, don't you worry. So let's just confirm as we get nice and close. Oh, uh-oh. I can't see through it. Oh no. Oh no. So yeah. A lot of people must have been quite mistaken, and well, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it still looks like a perfectly fine, cool looking garage door, and it does glow in the dark. We'll show that off in a second. Let's just go around the back. Perhaps this could be a nice little garage door for where you store all of your lovely, lovely weapons and whatnot. It is an Armory garage door. But yes, if we could just make it night time with the lights on still, let's just get up nice and close. Notice all the reflection, looking pretty sweet, looking pretty cool. But of course, what you care about most is how's it look in total darkness. And that's how it looks. So, we've got the two little light fixtures over here that kind of gives off a nice glow. Looks perfectly fine to me. Armory stands out very nicely with the textured light, looking very sweet. So, overall, I don't see anything wrong with it. I just don't fully trust it as an investment. I know there's plenty of other options out there in regards to nice looking garage doors and, well, yeah. And we occasionally, still see loads and loads of very lovely looking Twitch drop garage doors as well. Now, if I could also just quickly turn over to here, why do I have that rolled up? Because you can clearly see right there, and when it's rolled up, yes, it still glows. So, okay, that's a nice little positive, a nice little benefit as well, so I'm sure a lot of people would be greatly appreciating that. But it certainly wouldn't be the first one, would it? No. So, by all means, comment below, offer me your opinions. Do you like what it is? I don't think the skin creator did anything wrong, it's just, yeah, people didn't double check. If you want to purchase a skin because you happen to like it, or what you see of it, always double check and look on the workshop as well. Look at all the pictures that they provide. You can even check the special workshop section in Rust as well, because you can have that little platform that you can look at and whatnot. Or you could just wait until Hedge puts the video out. It's up to you. So, be honest. Were you fooled? You're doing fine, Armory garage door, but with the possibility of seeing even more skins being accepted after you, which is a very high possibility, I can't help but assume it's going to get lost in the shuffle and lose value because of that. So by all means, if you bought one for yourself because you liked it, that's fine. Buy, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. Hey, we could potentially see a nice Armory collection. But not for a while, Halloween. You won't be able to see anything new until November, so okay, cool, fair enough. Well, to all those people that probably struggle to get to sleep instantly, and you just like flip over your pillow at the last second to have that nice cold side, oh yes. Well, I don't think you'll be struggling like that anymore, because this whole bed is made of ice. Oh, lovely. Let's get up nice and close and look at the shine. Ooh, nice and reflective. Looking very sweet. But yeah, probably not the best for winter. Oh, it'll be awesome for the summer, but by the morning you'll probably be on the floor. So yeah, what do you think? Do you like it? Could we potentially have like an Iceberg Strawpoll collection soon? Especially as we get closer and closer to Christmas time. That's definitely a thing I want to look forward to. So to the skin creator, please, please, please consider maybe doing like a locker, a door, a whole bunch of fun icy themed skins. I think a lot of people greatly appreciate that. Right then, so let's just take a look at this at night time with the lights on, of course. Now, it doesn't really come across as very reflective now. Seems to have lost the reflection. Bit funny, bit odd. Perhaps the light's on in the perfect order to be able to see it. So, okay, understood. But now, the most important question to find out, does it glow in the dark? Yes. It's not super obvious, but if you keep staring, you will notice, oh, hang on a minute, it does stand out. It is a very faint glow. So perhaps it wasn't what you were hoping for. Perhaps it wasn't what you're expecting. But I'm fine with that. I'm sure you can still see it. I'm struggling a little bit because it's just hard for me to see with these glasses on. So, okay, cool, fair enough. How many sales is it going to get, though? That's the main thing we should be concerned about. We've just had 4 bed skins being accepted in, what, like 2 weeks? Oh. But if this is going to be a nice, calm, quiet week before we have the storm that is Halloween, well, maybe it doesn't sell too much. Last week, we saw the No Mercy bed only just about reaching over 20,000 subscribers, which, you know, that's fine. It's not the worst. We've certainly seen, like, lots of deplorables in the past. Even recently, like, Garage Doors do over, like, 25,000 subscribers. Maybe as time goes on, they could work out quite nicely. But this bed right here, my first impression is it's going to probably sell less than a No Mercy bed. I would be surprised if a lot of people by now have bought the beds that they want, but soon they will be tempted with more and more skins being accepted and Twitch drops. Oh, yes. So we'll see what happens next. But the less sales, the better for this, of course, as an investment. But by all means, if you like it, if it have like a lovely sort of cold theme, sort of like base, nice and ready for, you know, Christmas time, winter time, jump in. I won't be surprised if the skin creator tries to make an interesting deplorable collection. At the very least, I'll ask for it. So let's quickly hop out of here, see the progress of the previous beds, and see how they're currently holding up. Are they still the same price they're sold for? Okay, so I'm pretty sure we're up to date. Neon bed initially went up quite a bit, but I don't think that'll last. With the sales it got, almost 30, well, quite literally 35,000 subscribers. Give it time. Give it time. With the tropical bed over to here, it says it's $1.41. Let's go, you know, just double check, make sure that's definitely correct. So as I can see here, yeah, it's $1.41. It hasn't crashed and burned. With all due respect, it's only got 62 listings, which is not that bad. And I'm still hoping to see collection continuations of this. I'm really annoyed we didn't see the sleeping bag. If you've been keeping an eye on my short videos, you would have seen that. It's insane. But anyway, I'm sure we'll still see more of that. Much like how I could still anticipate we see more of this iceberg bed. If you sell a fairly decent amount, I don't think we're going to end up like this. And with the anticipation for more, oh, even better. So if I could just quickly look at No Mercy bed, sold for $3. Didn't sell too crazily. So I got 10 listings. In fact, it's sitting here at $4. Oh, hang on a minute. Huh. Did you have a buyout? 22,500 subscribers, almost 600. It doesn't really matter too much to, you know, the extra little bits. But anyway, I think we've had a bit of a buyout. What's going on here? $6? I hold us at $4 plus. I don't trust that. I don't trust that. And I think, yeah, if I could show, it doesn't show liquidity at the moment. That's a bit of a random bump. How many sales did we see? 24, 30. I mean, okay. Interesting. I just still don't think it's going to last. I'll keep track of that, of course. As of tonight, I think people can now list more. People can list more listings now. I lost my tongue there. Keep an eye on this. I think more people notice the prices and they'll start instantly selling directly to them. And when more and more people keep trying to get that quick money, oh no, oh no. I'm very interested to see what happens next. Just remember, there are more glow-in-the-dark skins on the way. And over to here, again, I am surprised, I am impressed. After the abnormals last night, it really didn't look like they're going to hold up that much. So, okay, cool. Let's just close this then. So, okay. After about 2 weeks, those have not really performed very nicely. This right here did, you know, the exact same amount as that. I am surprised. But again, leave it for another week or two. Let's see how things progress from here and now. And you, if you sell less than them, I do feel optimistic. This right here is an abnormal skin, along with the garage door. If you're not feeling very confident, If you're not feeling super confident and hoping, you know, that's going to potentially be a nice investment and whatnot, just wait till Wednesday. If you want one for yourself, by all means, buy one for yourself. But if you're wanting to buy like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 extra as a nice investment for the future, wait till Wednesday. If we're looking at this that only has about 15,000 subscribers, okay, yeah, that's pretty interesting then. But if it does end up with a similar amount compared to the previous bets, I'm sorry to say, but I would be concerned still. And I know you're going to sit and say, Hedge, it's $4 now, the other skins. Just wait and see when more and more and more are accepted. I do feel confident we'll see at least 2 beds being accepted for Halloween this year. So, and then after that, and then Christmas, and then Valentine's. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to see a Valentine's bed. We're going to see the Love of Georgia as a bed, aren't we? I remember now. Anyway, so cool. Keep an eye on that. Not too bad. And I certainly do hope for the future we'll see if we get a collection out of that. Best of luck to Mr. Diaz. Right then, Pirate Backpack. In a couple of weeks' time, actually no, 3 weeks' time, we're going to see the naval update being introduced. Now I know for a fact a lot of people have been looking around for pirate-themed skins. But I do have to kind of mention this. Do you consider the pirate collection like as an actual stereotypical sort of pirate set? Like, I know, I understand the whole theme is that this is actually the flag wrapped around on like a hoodie and the armor and all that. Like, okay, cool, fair. I get it, I understand, but is this going to relish and work out perfectly as we roll into November? I don't think so. But I am fully well aware certain pirate-themed skins have been bought out and yeah, people have been enjoying them. I'm still hoping to see like a special sort of DLC pack. We'll get like Sea Captain hat, maybe a little parrot on the shoulder. Anyway, pirate, we have the pants, we have like the burlap shirt and whatnot. Yep. That got bought out. And then over to here, where's the shirt? I'm not looking for the pirate collection that was made by One on J. I'm looking for like all the other skins. Come on, where's the burlap shirt? Burlap. Is it burlap shirt? It's not called a burlap shirt. It's got a different name then. It's not called pirate something. But anyway, here's the pants. Sitting there at just under $20. And if you look at the recent sales, you'll notice, oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, loads of people jumped onto that in anticipation for the naval update. So, okay, yeah. Swashbuckler sort of design. Yep. But in terms of the pirate collection, it's not doing bad. A nice cheap budget alternative blackout set. As time has gone on, people bought it, people have supported it. It's all in the green. But right now, second week of October, all of it's in the green. That's impressive. That's good. Fair enough. Got to respect that. That's looking sweet. The pirate boots that came out somewhat recently, they sold significantly less compared to all of that. And it's perfectly in the positive. I wonder how good that looks as a year or so goes. You know, like how many years go by and whatnot. Like in the further future, will you easily rise up? Keep an eye on you. So Pirate Backpack. If this collection is in demand and you sell a decent amount, I'm not saying like ridiculous numbers. I'm saying like maybe similar to this, about 13,500 maybe about 15,000, maybe a little bit more. But anyway, by default, I know for a fact this will sell a lot less compared to all the clothing armor over to here. It is another black backpack. Last week we made quite a fuss about the Thunder Gold backpack. I mean, I literally just told you I bought 50 of them. Oh my, it's $6. What? No. Okay, no, it is. Oh my, okay. Again, I've got to wait a week, another week or so, and I'll see it then. But anyway, when you look at all the backpack skins, we've had Blackout, we've had Training, we've got that now. I guess you could say Funerary. You could also mention Legacy Kevlar. We do have a lot of black backpacks. But the black backpacks actually hold up quite nicely. This past summer, the Blackout backpack, yeah, it sold a ridiculous amount, almost 55,000 subscribers, but it still went up in the positive. It was still appreciated, as did the Legacy Kevlar backpack. I looked at the pink and saw pig and brain. Your brain is working very, very nicely, but anyway. So, okay. It's expected to be a quiet week. People just bought the Thunder Gold backpack. They're probably not itching to buy more of these, or will they? We'll see. I think it's going to work out regardless. And also, $1.49. I don't think we've seen many backpacks not abnormal. Interesting. By default, blue in the name would indicate it's a deplorable, but that's not a deplorable, is it? What would it be? A deplorable or clothing armor? What do you consider? Feel free to comment below. Anyway, so, okay, not exactly selling crazy. In the first 24 hours of sales, I wouldn't be surprised if it does a very respectable number. So, cool, understood, all good. Should we now just hop in game, get a good look at that, and then afterwards we'll talk about the boots and the gloves. And here we are in game. let's get up nice and close to greatly appreciate all the stitch work that's been put in on this poor thing. I mean, look at it. Look at it. How long has he owned this for? How many times has he repaired it? Come on, man, let it go. Just throw it overboard. Let it sink in the ocean where it deserves to be. So, yep, on the front as well, we got like the black flag design all over. You can even see the X marks the spot designs here. Kind of where my nips are. Anyway. Like, I feel like there's one thing that's missing from this design. I don't think it's pirate themed enough. But imagine if you had like a map stored right there. And you have like X marks the spot on the flag as well. Like, that'd have been cool. That'd have been cool. Anyway, it looks cool. To a point. I'm not sure if everybody's going to greatly appreciate its raggedy design. And I know it's all by design, and I respect it for what it is. But yeah, come on, man, let it go. Perhaps not a lot of people see the appeal of it. And again, is it stereotypically pirate-themed? I feel like it's just missing a few extra things that would have really got people very eager to buy it and whatnot. So, come November Force White time, I don't know if this is going to go up in price that much. I'll be interested. I kind of get the feeling just by default because it's called the Pirate Collection, people jump in and buy out that set. So, we'll see. Because all the other skins that came out years ago sold ridiculous amounts, you by default very likely just be okay. You have a perfectly fine collection to just nestle into, and with not as many sales, you should be okay. Should be. We'll keep an eye on it. It is looking interesting, but it's not abnormal. Wednesday night, we really just have to look at it and say, well, the sales look pretty good. We could jump in and buy it then, maybe. Or maybe just stick with a builder. I'm not sure if next week's Rust Store is going to be an early Rust Store. Today was a big surprise. I was not anticipating an early Rust Store. And I don't remember if Halloween updates lead to early Rust Stores. There will be an update. Halloween will be introduced. And yeah, I'm sure you get the idea. Scarecrows and Frankensteins. Oh, yes. Anyway, let's get a good look at that. Not too reflective with the lights on at night time. Not too bad. I'm not going to complain. Seems all right with me. Looks okay. So, yep, okay. Does it glow in the dark? I know some people ask that, so let's just go ahead and find out. Can confirm no. No glow. Not from what I can see here. What about my nips? Fine, let's go check. No. Shut up. Anyway, so, yep, a perfectly fine looking backpack. It's in a very interesting position, but nothing is a guarantee. You can't just assume it's going to be okay, wonderful. But the lack of sales definitely could be a nice, helpful thing for it, right? So we'll have to keep track of it. Have to keep an eye out. Maybe we could see a whole lot more pirate skins being made. I'm still hoping for, like, again, I'd love to see the DLC pack idea. Sea captain's hat, pirate hat, hook hand, peg leg, hammock for a bed. It's right there, Face Punch. You know people would want to pay for that. One can dream. Anyway, so perfectly fine looking backpack perhaps. Feel free to offer your opinion, comment below. Now, let's talk about the next skins. Ooh, look at that. A nice, shiny Night Demon. Roadsign gloves right there. Oh yes, look at that. Oh yes. And then, ooh, it's time to look at some booties. Yes, observe my booties. They are lovely. So, a nice addition to the collection that we've already, like, what do we already have? We have the hoodie and pants and the tier 3. Hoodie and pants came out some time back. We've been anticipating tier 2, but not today. Not today, it seems. Perhaps the skin creators will need to do another resubmission, tweak it a little bit. Who knows? But it's not going to happen for a while. So I should look at these and say, oh yeah, surely we're going to see the collection continuation. Not for at least another 2 weeks. Keep that in mind. So maybe there could be room for a jacket. Maybe there could be room for tier 2. Maybe we could see some other interesting things like clothing, weapons and tools. We've got clothing armor. Well, primitive skins, that might be interesting. But I'm sure you get what I'm trying to say. Who knows what will actually be accepted next? Not every collection gets finished. In fact, I know Little Ranger would know that for sure. Remember his, what was his collection that came out earlier this year around Valentine's time? That only got like the tier 3 and that was it. Shinobi? No, something else. Well, how about we quickly hop out of here in a bit and find out. But first of all, we need to go ahead and put on the full collection. So, let's go do just that. Well, what do you reckon? Now, of course, I do have the Roadsign kilt with this as well. We anticipate its arrival, but as I said, nothing's a guarantee. But yes, get a good look at the full collection right there in front of you. Technically speaking, could you consider it like a blackout alternative? Well, remember Dragon Rage? Maybe. Anyway, so, yeah, a very nice looking design, a very nice looking set. But your opinion is please. Do you like it? What other skins would you like to see being made? Perhaps the skin creators might be watching. I'm definitely giving it praise. It looks cool. Now, of course, if we could just quickly look at nighttime as well. It is somewhat shiny. I know a lot of people are somewhat scared about that. I know, but maybe you want to be shiny. Maybe you want to be seen. Well then, what's your opinion? And if you're really that concerned. Alright, we can also double check and find out if it glows in the dark. No, it does not glow. So, alright, cool. Could we see the tier 2 finally being accepted? Could it help out the boots and the gloves? Because what we have to bring up is we have not seen a collection continuation for a while. And whilst that tier 3 did rise up in price very nicely when we saw the hoodie and pants, what happened afterwards? Ooh, unfortunately some very awkward things did happen. So let's go ahead and talk about that right now. Okay, so over to here, I just want to quickly remind you, what was the previous skins I was talking about? Shogun. I kept thinking, whatever. Anyway, started off with tier 3, never got any collection continuations, even though they were made. So I'm sure you understand that a collection could just stop like that. Face punch can be cruel sometimes, oh yes, oh yes. So if I can remind you once again, the tier 2 has been submitted, but it wasn't accepted today. Instead, boots and gloves. Now, how are the skins currently holding up right now? Because I don't think these prices are fully up to date. When we saw the hoodie and pants being accepted, this went all the way up to about $6 almost. Right now, just about $3, which is fine. And over to here, $2.58 it says there, but right now I can see it's just over $3. Oh, please tell me the hoodie and pants are recovered. I did buy a bunch of them somewhat recently. I bet you did too. Yep, $1.38. Okay, I can sell it for a profit. Well, I'm not going to unload everything, but here's the question now. How likely do you reckon it is that we're going to see the tier 2 being accepted? When we saw tier 2, hoodie and pants being accepted, a new core piece after the tier 3 went up high. Will the tier 2 have a bigger impact on the clothing and on the tier 3? Well, just got to wait and see, aren't we? So, yeah, it's a bit of a gamble, but I do not expect these to sell that much in comparison to the rest of the set. And again, I'll just point out, there was an early rush store today. It's been about 8 hours now, and they haven't even reached 3,000 subscribers. That doesn't bring that much confidence in terms of sales. But that's fine. For us, the investors, that's okay. So, we'll keep an eye on that. Yes, close. There could have been plenty of interesting collection continuations today, but they chose Night Demon. And I don't think there's that many people that are complaining. If you're not complaining, comment below. Right then, let's now talk about VSAP. So, I've actually looked at this recently. There's actually a selection of skins that are submitted. I did put out a short video like a week or so ago showcasing all of them. I kind of like the B collection. Well, the B weapons, more specifically. The doors are nice. We never got one. We never got them all. Skin Creator certainly did try, but, well, at least he's got a SAP skin accepted now. So, okay, cool. I'd also like to point out we have the transparent aim sight as well. But, is it going to be perfectly fine, purely based with the transparent aim sight? That could be questionable for sure. However, if I'm expecting a quiet week, could it be okay? Look at the SAP skins as of recent. SAP skins they used to be a very reliable thing to invest into. They used to hardly ever go up, they used to hardly ever go down. But as time went on, they'd slowly, progressively go up. We've had so many skins accepted recently, it doesn't... And also, Twitch drops recently. More specifically, Gevaditch's SAP. Oh, and, well, the special pilot DLC SAP skin, the M15. That doesn't glow. That does not glow currently, but it's a mistake. It should be fixed for November. It's supposed to glow. So if you've noticed that, it is going to be fixed, apparently. So, okay, cool. But you, a nice yellow and black design. I wonder if yellow stands out quite nicely at night time. Ooh. But in regards to its collection, no, I don't think it's going to have a dramatic impact on the door and the box. But hey, that's actually recovered a little bit. But then again, a lot of skins dropped down in price pretty badly as we entered October. Now, gotta be honest with you, I think I've noticed some prices actually improving recently. It doesn't look like we're dramatically going down anymore, so, which is good. It's fine. It's fine. Chill out. I most likely will need to do a video talking about that this Saturday. So, okay, cool. Looking pretty sweet at the moment with not too ridiculous sales. Could we see everything rebound quite nicely for the SAP skins around January time? If only people could actually get a tier 2 workbench. So, okay, fair enough. Are you still struggling with that? Or do you reckon we'll see some changes maybe around December time at the very least? Where we'll see things get, tweaked a little bit so that you can get your blueprint fragments and get your tier 2 workbench. Anyway, let's hop a game, give it a good look, and you can tell me if you like it or not. get a good look at that. So, a lovely yellow and black bead design. Like, if you got like those pareidolia sensors tingling, look, it's the eyeball right there. It's a bee! Yeah. $2.49. A fairly straightforward design, but hey, you know, bees are nice, docile, cuddly little creatures. Simple and yet perfect. But, yeah. How often have you been getting saps recently, actually in game? I have mentioned this already somewhat recently. Revolver has been picking up the pace in regards to, like, more usage, and the skins reflect that. Heat Seeker Revolver has gone up in price ever so nicely. It's basically reached a brand new all-time high price at the moment. It's October. It's October, so I'm a bit concerned about sap skins at the moment, but I'm pretty sure we'll see some more changes happening in the future for or everything. So maybe this might just be a nice temporary little thing for the revolvers. Anyway, how does this look at night time? Now, I think you're going to be pretty impressed with what you see here, because the yellow design on it stands out ever so nicely. When I aim down, oh, well then, look at that. That happens to stand out quite noticeably, and I can also see the aim sight somewhat. So I ask you for your opinion. I've had a few people kind of like a little bit disappointed to see this was accepted. And I'm like, what, really? It's a bee. We can finally be bees. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I've got no issue. Boom, boom, boom. Give that a nice little reload as well. Yeah. What other weapon skins would you like to see? There was a bee hammer. There was a bee AK. I think there was a bee SAR. They weren't accepted, but they could always be resubmitted. What do you reckon? Could we see more bee skins? Do you approve? Well, at the very least, let's turn around. Go over to here. Lights off, please. And let's also just see how reflective it is. Not too bad. Yeah, it's fine. Let's just strike a pose. Look pretty. Yes. Let's get a look at the bees. So, yeah, overall, I see no issue. I see no problem. And if we don't see that many sales as well, for transparent aim sight sap, I mean, I think this might be a pretty interesting spot. Could we see more bee skins being made? Could we see another attempt for the deplorables? I would like to see that. I would like to see them being accepted more specifically, but it is what it is. So, okay, yeah, that's not looking pretty good. I have no complaints. You probably do. All right, comment below. Go on then. So, all right, sweet. I'm happy with that. Let's now go ahead and showcase the sword. Yes, a Savage sword skin was also accepted. Boom. Get a good look at that. So, yeah. That's looking pretty sweet, but I can't really aim down the sight on this. Boom. Right, so, nighttime look. Just to confirm, does it glow in the dark or anything? No, no glow. Not from what I can see. No night light or anything. Just a very cool, interesting, transparent design. It's a curly whirly. It is shiny, but yeah, what is this? Well, what I do is I stick it in them, and I twist it around, and around, and around, and around, and they can't pull it out. Well, I pull really hard, it'll get stuck in there a bit, but then and then all the other bits and pieces inside them come out as well. It's a pretty cool looking sword, yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty dangerous looking thing, yes. But Savage sword skins, how have they performed over the past few years? Left, right, left, right, left, right. Yeah, somewhat shiny. Right, let's just try and strike a very handsome looking pose. Oh yeah. So, yeah, Savage swords over the past few years. There was a bit of a drought for like a couple of years, and then, oh, they're back. And every single one of them that's been accepted over the past, like, what, 3-4 years? They've all had, like, a very cool, transparent design, and then they all crash and burn. People just don't seem to appreciate Savage swords that much. So we'll see that for ourselves in a bit. Yep. What are your thoughts on this very, very strange-looking design? I'll give credit to the skin creators. They've done a pretty good job of it. It's just, you know, the weapon itself. If there's no appreciation or usage, where's the justification to own skins? Would you like to use that when the naval update comes out? Actually, we kind of need to see like more cutlasses and whatnot for like pirates. So, okay, we'll see about that. Anyway, it's cool for what it is, but I'll show you in a second why I don't feel confident in it. So, all right, fair enough. Let's hop out of here and discuss that. Every single Savage sword skin over the past few years. Let's go ahead and get a good look at that. And, oh my goodness. 2025, we have 6 skins in total. The previous 5 have all basically gone down to about $1. Most of them below $1. Last year we had the Iceberg sword, it is $1. The year before that, Antique, of the Fallen, El Diablo, Deep Sea, Scimitar. They're all below $1. 2022. After a 2-year gap, a 2-year drought, we finally get some brand new salvage sword skins. Down 51, down 65, down 51. All below $1. So, yeah, point made. It may very well not sell that much, but it will still most likely suffer. These right here, oh wow, even that one. This right here did less than 3,000 subscribers. Still down badly. It's ridiculous, isn't it? So yeah, I'm sorry to say, but I don't feel confident in that. It's also not abnormal, so it's not really doing it any favours. So yeah, sorry. 60 cents to 80 cents. And now, this one's a bit confusing, conflicting. I'm a little bit unsure how to approach this. Now you're going to sit and say, what? Hedge is just another M39. We've had like 6 so far this year. It's ridiculous. Another one? Cool. Yeah, but this one has transparency. Phantom collection grows ever so. In the past, we've had many skins. It started off back in 2017. Another skin has been accepted. It's not selling that much. That's another thing to consider. 3rd lowest selling so far. I get the feeling not too many people are super keen after all of these were accepted, as I mentioned. But out of all of these, how many of them had transparency? Last year we had a transparent M39. It's down. It's not down ridiculously, but it's still down. But you, if I was to give you a very rough estimate, I get the feeling you're going to sell potentially as much as this. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. The more I talk about it, people will probably be aware of it. But this right here only did just over 10,000 subscribers. Unfortunately, it didn't work out very well. But you, if you sell less or equal, I think we're in for a very interesting time. So we need to hop in game and give this a good look for sure. But I still lean more likely towards it's probably not going to work out all right, especially at $2.49. We've had a lot of these being accepted very recently. In fact, about 2 months ago when this was the focused item of the month, right? Something like that. We still keep seeing more and more being accepted. When will it stop? I don't know. So, okay, fair enough. They're putting an effort in to make more diverse rust doors, but I don't think people are appreciating the M39 skins that much, or more specifically. Are they even appreciating the actual weapon itself enough? So, yeah, all right. Let's hop in game and give it a good look. Okay, so the Phantom collection with a very nice, lovely golden pattern across some lovely red. Look at the shine on that. Oh, yes. So, what are your thoughts in terms of its design? Do you like? Do you appreciate? Let's pan around, back around over to here. And now, let's take a look in my hands. Because, boom. Was the circle? Yeah, exactly. So that is like a brown sort of aim sight. Maybe not the best for the desert. Perhaps. But yes. Would that transparency be enough for you to sit there and say, oh, hang on a minute. That's actually looking pretty interesting. That's actually looking pretty cool. Look at the shine. Yes. So again, what are your thoughts? How often do you actually have an M39 in your hands? I'll give it a nice little reload. Looking pretty sweet. No complaints there. Looking cool. I mean, come on, surely, right? Again, it's the amount that have been accepted recently. Now, does it stand out at night time? That would be an interesting thing to find out. This was submitted a good few weeks ago. It is a late pick, but very noticeable at night time. Okay, well, that's a bit unfortunate. So, yeah. I don't hate it, but I am still a little bit unsure. So, let's go over to here. I turn to the right. I turn to the left. It is kind of shiny. Yeah. Looks cool, though. So let's go striker pose. Nice up-close look. The gold ever so nicely shining upon my eyes. Oh, yes. Exquisite. So once again, your thoughts, please. Are you impressed with what you see here? Produced by Mr. Shedmon. He's been around for a very long time. He's produced some very nice-looking skins. In fact, it was so nice I completely lost control there. So, yeah, that was a bit odd. But yes, some lovely-looking work. Are you a fan of the Phantom collection? What would you like to see being made for it next? A bed was made recently, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a handmade LMG. Props to Mr. Shedmon, but I'm still conflicted about the skin in terms of investing. It wouldn't surprise me if it does get a decent amount of sales, so props to him. But how about we go ahead and showcase the next skin? Oh, it's right there. Oh, how wonderful. So maybe I'll look at it right now. Get up nice and close. It's not turned on currently, of course, but yes, this is the Señor Tomato Miner Hat. I was anticipating a collection continuation miner hat being accepted, so it was either going to be this or Thunder Gold. Seems Face Punch has a liking to tomatoes. Now, with all due respect, I've obviously seen this before. I've made a short video showcasing it. I still like the source idea right there with, the electrical portion there. So that's cute. That's silly. So, all right, cool. Not going to complain. But how about I put this gun down and we just look at this personally. So, let's take control. My left, please. My right, please. There we go. We have control. And dink. There we go. We can clearly turn it off and on. Very nice. Let's now put my head down in shame. And look at the reflection there. So, yeah. Look at my girthy stem. Oh, yes. So, okay, that's cool. But I still feel like this is probably going to have some issues. It's a perfectly fine looking skin. When the miner hat was first announced to be the next focused item of the month, this was the first skin to be submitted. Salvaged has made some very cool, very interesting skins for the Señor Tomato collection, but the skins that have been accepted, it's been a bit hodgepodge. How do I say this? It's not like we have a full clothing armor set. It's not like we have like a full deplorable set or weapon set. It's just like a few skins here and there, and they're all skins that are like a bit odd. So we'll talk more about that in a bit when we hop out of here. But of course, how does it look when it's night time? And the red does kind of stand out a little bit better. Yeah, that looks pretty interesting. Quite reflective, as you'll see. Yes, quite reflective, as you'll see. And bink. So yeah, one thing you'll notice, it's definitely not like the angelic halo from the previous week. When this lights up at night time, it doesn't glow. And if you need a little bit of help to understand that, when you look at the actual head part, that is not shining, that's just reflecting. So if you're concerned about like, well, at the end of the day, you still have a light in the front, people still spot you from quite far away. So yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So what are your thoughts? Are you a fan of the Señor Tomato collection so far? Are you a fan of its design here for the miner hat? And if I were to ask you, because I wouldn't be surprised if Salvaged is watching, what would you like to see being made next? I wouldn't be surprised we'll probably see a bed soon. That really wouldn't surprise me, but perhaps Salvaged is just biding his time, letting everybody else do their bed skins first, and then we'll strike when the time is right. Maybe we'll see a handmade LMG skin next month, or a pair of tactical gloves. Salvaged, would you consider doing some tier 3, tier 2 and hoodie pants? Maybe a jacket. Jacket probably might be alright. We'll see, we'll see. So, actually no, I guess you could make like a primitive set. Hide clothing, poncho, bandana. Hey, why not? Why not? The Tomato Bandit. So feel free to comment below your thoughts. And now, let's go ahead and talk more about the actual Señor Tomato collection. Okay, so, Señor Tomato miner hat, 99 cents each, exactly like the anglerfish miner's hat. But at the current rate of sales, and we're about like 8 hours now since the rust rotated, only 2,000 subscribers. After the wacky designs we've had previously, I get the feeling we're kind of calming down. And we might not see that many sales for this one. So for us, the investors, okay, that might be okay. But then you take a look at the actual collection itself, and it is, as I said, a bit hodgepodge. It's a rock, then a sheet metal door, then a hammer, then a garage door, and now the first ever clothing armor piece, the miner hat. Okay. But then you also should take a look at all the previous skins they've submitted. Large box, furnace, backpack, fridge, cap. I should also point out there's a previous attempt for the miner hat where they didn't even have like the electrical part on it. Oh, imagine if that was accepted. Angelic halo in that one. The light would just appear out of nowhere. So anyway. It's an interesting set. Two of the skins are doing quite alright. Sheet metal door's not really struggling, but it's still down. What would you personally like to see next? Because I get the feeling he can make wacky designs and he'll probably get them accepted. Salvaged. Señor Tomato water purifier. It is time. Lovely tomato flavour with my water. You got nothing to lose. Anyway, so, okay, cool, anyway. Personally, write down now what you'd like to see with the Señor Tomato collection. It still gets skins accepted. This waited for a perfectly fine, decent amount of time. Still was accepted, so, okay, cool. But what wacky things could he do next? Handmade LMG. Sure, why not? Right then. I think it's going to be a whole lot more calmer compared to the previous miner hats, that's for sure. I think it actually could work out quite nicely. If that, for example, only if it only ended up with about 10,000 subscribers, it would be interesting. But I think it's still going to surpass that. So we'll see how it goes, all right? We'll see how it goes. But by default, I'm not feeling very confident. If I were to just quickly look at these two again, yeah, that's only slightly above its rust door price, apparently. I'll click it, I'll find out. an incredibly wacky, goofy, strange, crazy design. It's $3. But 25 listings. Oh, they've started to appear. Remember, this did over 30,000 subscribers. Exactly like the anglerfish. And he's not doing too good at the moment either. Down 33%. So, keep an eye on it. It's not abnormal though, so I had to talk about that on Wednesday a little bit more and just question, oh, should we just jump in and buy one? And by all means, if you like it and you want it, just buy it. Treat yourself, support the skin creator, keep them nice and motivated, keep one about nice, crazy, silly, strange, strange tomato designs in the future. So cool. Bones fridge. Part of the bone collection, which is a bit of an odd one. This should also have the bandana on the poncho, if you don't notice. But anyway. Locker, you went down by 57%. Small box, you went down by a quarter. This doesn't appear to be very in demand, does it? Now, the fridge does look cool, and I'm actually surprised it was accepted. But hey, it's happened. One of the most creative and yet silly-looking fridges ever to be accepted. My only worry is the fact that we are expecting even more fridges to be accepted, and we've already had tons of fridges being accepted so far this year. Could this become the new garage door? Acceptance after acceptance after acceptance after acceptance. Constant breaking of like the maximum sales we've seen in a single year. So, 16 so far. Halloween has a lovely batch of fridges. In fact, if I could just quickly navigate over to here, you'll look at my shorts right here. Start to showcasing all the Halloween fridges, Halloween beds. But yeah, more specifically, watch this. You'll be thoroughly impressed, I'm sure. I will not be surprised if we probably see at least 2 of those. There's some awesome looking skins, but remember, over 300 skins in total. I don't know how big these Halloween rush doors are going to be, but I get the feeling we might be seeing some pretty crazy looking amount of skins being accepted. So, I've been back over to here. If we're still expecting more, well then, conflicted. The lack of sales as well. This very likely could be the lowest selling fridge skin out the entire year, because it clearly isn't taking that much interest. It's the lowest selling skin so far, not by much, but it is noticeably. I mean, we'll see. The collection's not in demand. We're expecting more fridges. A lot of the fridges that have come out so far this year are down pretty bad, but then again, still October time, so. And it's conflicting, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to hop in, take a look at it. I could give you another opinion. This is selling for the standard price of $1.49. Perhaps that might help it out a fair bit. Not too expensive. Very likely could still retain its price. Again, the price that's selling for right there is what some of the prices those fridges we just saw a minute ago are currently selling at. And they're down. So, alright. Less yapping, more looking. Look, face punch. I know we asked for bone walls, but I don't think this counts. Right? So, anyway. A very interesting design for a fridge. I'm sure the primitive enjoyers would greatly appreciate that. But how on earth is that supposed to keep my food cold? Got a lot of holes in it. Can't keep the heat in. Anyway, so it's so transparent it's made me lose my body. Oh my goodness. But do you remember earlier this year we were making quite a fuss about the bamboo locker when it first appeared? Do you remember when we thought about, oh, you could treat it like a barricade, stick it on your roof when you're roof camping, ha ha ha, you can hide behind it, reload, still see everything that's going on because it's transparent. That didn't work. People didn't care enough and the prices went down. We even had the bone locker and it went down. People didn't care. So, okay, cool. Fair enough. But after seeing an incredibly wacky skin being accepted last week, right now it's doing okay at the moment. We'll see how it goes because it did sell a ridiculous amount. This right here is not selling ridiculously. It's the lowest selling skin and there could be a potential that it could sell less than 10,000. Now, back in Easter earlier this year, we did see the Neon Easter fridge sell in the rush store and it only did about 5,000 subscribers. That was nothing, and now to this day it's actually in the positive because there's hardly anything that was bought and hardly anything gets listed in regards to that on the Steam market. So this could turn out to be a pretty interesting situation. Just because there's a lack of interest now doesn't mean there'll be a lack of interest in the future. And if you're a bone wool enjoyer, this might be the best thing so far. Okay, quick look at night time. Quite shiny. Got an interesting glaze. Well, it's just been polished, yes. Whose bones are those? Not mine, don't worry, it's all good. So yeah, it's quite reflective with the lights on at night time, looking pretty sweet, but no, this doesn't glow in the dark and you'll see that in a second. But if it's powered on, you will see the light at the bottom at the very least. Oh, we still have that weird glitch where when you're like standing in front of a light. It appears as if like it's not even turned on. That's been going on for like half a year now. No, more. It's been going on since like since Valentine's. Anyway. How does it look in total darkness? Just to prove a point that it doesn't glow, so yeah. Well, it certainly is creative. It certainly stands out amongst all the other fridges that are accepted this year. But could we also see another very wacky, transparent design for a fridge later? What if we saw a bamboo fridge? Do you reckon Face Punch will accept that as well? Didn't we see one being submitted earlier this year? I'll have to look that up in a second. But anyway, your thoughts, please. Are you going to buy one for yourself because you just think it's really wacky? Go for the comment below. And let's see how this turns out in the future. This is not abnormal. I can't help but I think I need to buy one for myself. It's just silly. Right, so that just so happens to be the final skin in this rush store for today. But we do have a few more things to talk about, don't you worry. So, at the very least, let's talk a little bit more about this rush store and then talk about what to expect next week. Ooh. So, we just have to keep track of all the submissions, especially with Halloween as well. Oh, yeah. But Christmas is also around the corner. There very likely could be a chance with more Twitch drops as well. We might reach up to 20 fridge skins in a single year, which is completely ridiculous compared to all the previous years. So, yep, you're number 31. That is pretty wacky, especially when you realise out of all the skins, more than half of all the fridge skins have been accepted in just this year. And I do feel confident we will be seeing a lot more potentially over the course of the next several weeks with Halloween and Christmas. So, overall, I'm not too worried. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what happens next with this batch of skins. If they all sell little, like if they all sell not so much, if they all sell not a lot in total, perhaps they all could turn out to be pretty interesting investments. But then again, we need to wait like another 16 hours. Yes. Keep an eye on my Twitter for the first 24 hours of sales. And yeah, no, it's looking pretty interesting. All right. So I've obviously alluded to like all the Halloween fridges. And as I mentioned, we have quite a lot. Crypt fridge, Dracula fridge, pumpkin fridge, lantern pumpkin. Like there's some very cool looking, like awesome looking Halloween fridges. But again, to get a real good look at them, please consider looking at my short videos. Over the course of like the next several days, I will be uploading a lot of Halloween themed like short videos, showcasing some exquisite designs that I'm sure you're all going to greatly appreciate. So, all right, cool. But whilst we're at it, whilst I did showcase a lovely batch of skins, unfortunately, I did miss one collection continuation in this video. And I thought, you know what, at the very least, I've got to go ahead and showcase it to you. So, here's all the Halloween themed lockers right here. And this Dark Magic Library Cabinet Locker also happens to be a collection continuation after we showcased the Frankenstein Locker. And I'm pretty sure you can remember this one. Remember Frankenstein fridge last year? Oh, well, now you get two for the price of one. Over to here, this apparently is a collection continuation to the sheet metal double door that you can see right there. And don't worry, I'll showcase it to you as well in a bit. So, alright. How about a nice little preview for Halloween? It starts next week. And not only that, we also get the Halloween update. And we also get the ever so special Warhammer DLC pack. Now, we talked a little bit about this earlier. The first week is expected to be all the contest winners. I'm not sure if that's going to be a big batch of skins. That might probably only be about, like, I don't know, 12. But what about week 2? We have over 300 skins to look at, and yeah, I'm sure you've seen it by now. I'm sure you've seen the many skins that were submitted. But could week 2 potentially be a big fat one? And of course, do not forget, we're also expecting the return of many Halloween items as well. So, at the very least, you very likely will be seeing at least 10 of these. Now, let's just immediately point out, we do not expect Jack-o'-lantern Angry, Happy, Scarecrow, Surgeon Scrubs, or Skull Door Knocker being reintroduced. There's a fairly decent chance not all of these other items will be reintroduced. One thing is missing, the Dracula cape, which you just saw a minute ago, and you'll see again in a bit. That's not in this collection in SCMM. I think that might be manually added. I do believe the Dracula cape will be reintroduced. And I do believe we'll be seeing a brand new Halloween wallpaper pack being introduced. Oh, SINOTYPE, thank you very much for raiding me. Much appreciated, buddy. So, I'm about to showcase some Halloween skins in a bit. If I could just point out on the commits as well, It's all just been yapping about like naval update and Halloween, naval update, Halloween. But yes, Halloween wallpapers. Very likely to be selling for the same price as the Lunar New Year wallpapers that were released earlier this year. And we're also expecting Christmas ones as well. Could we see an Easter and Valentine's pack like next year? And will they be reintroduced? Or will we see a different pack every single year? Oh, lots of interesting things to look forward to. Where's the bone walls? Alright, we'll leave it at that. Let's hop in game and get a good look at those lovely looking lockers. Blair. Hedge jump scare. Okay, let's pull back and let's go take a look at these lockers. Some very exquisite looking designs. Oh, yes. Very nice. Very, I keep saying Halloweeny, and by that I mean like Halloween gimmick and whatnot, but a very nice looking design right there. And then we'll turn our attention over to here. Also a very exquisite specimen. I do like the lovely carved wood. Oh, yes. Looking very, very cool. And then as we rise up, what do you see right there? Not that much. And immediately we'll hop over to here to the top. Look down. 2 Frankensteins for the price of 1. Last year with the fridge we only got 1, so alright. It looks like this will glow in the back as well, so alright, we'll see that in a second, don't you worry. So yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. And here is the collection continuation. I forgot to mention, or rather I didn't realise was a collection continuation, produced by Mr. 38. The Dark Magic Locker, a very exquisite specimen, which of course is a collection continuation to last year's Sheet Metal Double Door. So, looks pretty sweet. But how do all of these look at night time? So at the very least, let's keep the lights on first. As we turn over to here, this is somewhat reflective. The vines, the like roots that you see here seem to reflect. Got a nice bit of reflection there. Over to here, the window panes that you see on the side there, they do seem to reflect a bit. Not a ridiculous amount, but they do kind of. So, okay, cool, fair enough. Over to here. This doesn't actually reflect. That's pretty interesting. Now, the metal parts do. Yeah, that reflects. Not ridiculously, though. And then over to here. The chain, the broken glass, the blood. Oh, my goodness. Yes, that reflects quite nicely as well. So this is a very nice looking locker. But to be honest with you, all 4 of them do look very nice. But which ones will be accepted? Go for the comment below. And now, total darkness. Look at that. Every single one of them glows in the dark. It's pretty easy to spot. But anyway, yep. Looking pretty cool. Looking pretty sweet. Then we go over to here. Get a good look at that. I do like the candles in there. Very scary. Very spooky. Oh, yes. And then over to here. The Frankenstein creatures, oh yes, they'll soon be ready to come out. And over to here, as I said on the back, it does appear that this will glow. Yes, indeed it does. And then over to here, get a good look at that sinister looking locker. Filled with very strange and scary looking things. Oh yes. So, are you impressed? Do you like what you see? Are you looking forward to Halloween update? Are you looking forward to finding out what Halloween skins we'll see being accepted in 2025? Only 2 rush stores this year, but we have no idea how many skins will be accepted. So, feel free to comment below. If you've looked through the collection itself, and it will be linked in the description, don't you worry. Which Halloween skins are you looking forward to potentially seeing being accepted over the course of the next 2 rush stores? So before I finish this video, I just want to lightly touch on something. The player count, and of course, the Autumn Fall seasonal dip. But it's a positive thing, an interesting thing, something you definitely want to hear. So, let's get started. Player count is definitely showing signs of improvement. That's nice. It's basically matching up perfectly like what we saw of last year, although there was definitely a bigger increase. But anyway, with the naval update for November 4 swipe getting ever so closer, how good could it be? Could we see over 200,000 people jumping back to see all the brand new content and whatnot? Oh, I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, in regards to expectations, as we've said in many previous Rust rotation videos, we do hope to see a lot of people returning to playing Rust November time. But of course, they've still got school and work. But around the Christmas period, kids aren't, in school anymore for a while. Kids, people aren't working as much for a while. Between December, the end of December, to the beginning of January, is that period of time where loads of people have time off, and instead of being with their family, they're going to play Rust. Yay! Here's hoping the momentum is strong. Here's hoping we could see a brand new all-time high peak player count again. At the very least, something close. That'd be good, because of course we are hoping with a lot more people playing, all the prices will improve. So during September we dropped off pretty badly compared to the summer. Totally understood. But while I'm looking at this rust store, I've noticed something. So when I did my profit review video for August 14, 2025, I noticed that these skins are actually starting to improve right now. So August time, a lot of skins rose up in price. That's when most skins peaked in price during the summer of 2025. But I was a bit unsure how things were going to be. In this video, I did warn everybody about like the Auto 4 seasonal dip, expecting most of those skins to go down in price, and well, let me tell you, they did. But I did also say that, well, you know, after what's happened, if you did manage to pick up a bunch of these with barders, wait until January time, when it's post-Christmas, when we expect to see loads of people playing Rust again. When there's more people playing, of course, we expect that the prices of all the skins will improve. Have we gone past the worst of it? A perfect example is right here, looking at this Legacy Wooden Double Door. You may recall, it was the first Wooden Double Door skin to be accepted after it was the focused item of the month back in August. And this had transparency. But it had problems because then we saw another Wooden Double Door being accepted, and another one, and another one, and another one. You get the idea. Anyway, it's not going down in price anymore. If this is it at its worst, only 50 cents cheaper than what it sold for, I'm looking forward to finding out what will it look like when it's at its best. January 2026. We are eager. And as you'll notice, it's not looking like it's going down any more so. It seems to have reached its lowest point around the beginning of October. A lot of skins in general, they do appear to have reached their lowest point actually just before October, late September. That's fine. But you can start to notice it's starting to pick itself up. If it's not going down anymore, it's going up or stagnating. So I advise look at all of your skins in your inventories, or look at the skins that you are intending to buy. With the camouflage skins, Whiteout, Forest Raiders, Desert Raiders, they're still technically going down. But let me tell you, if you wanted to buy a cheap set, now's the time to do it, because I don't think it's going to get that much cheaper. And if you look at the prices again, around January 2026, I think you'll notice some ever so nice rising in price and brand new all-time high price peaks. So, okay, cool. I'll talk a lot more about this, well, tomorrow on my Friday stream, and the video will be up on Saturday. All right, so we'll talk a lot more about that. Go check out the prices. If you got the funds, start investing now. Prices are expected to be a lot better compared to what we see now around January time. Okay, cool. The player count, not too bad, not too bad, but we do need to see some improvement. How many people will be turning up for November Force Wipe with the naval update, being introduced? We'll see. Okay, cool. So, how about we go ahead and properly wrap up this video now? No more will we dread the future. We can only expect positivity. Yes. So, let's see what we actually see being accepted for Halloween. Look in the description. The link to the whole collection will be there. Now look at all the skins. Tell me what you absolutely need to see being accepted. Maybe it might just be a specific item. Maybe you're just like, well, I just want to see another locker. It'll make me happy. I mean, that's fine, that's fine. Could we see even more garage doors? Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we do see more. So let's just get a good look at the likes of this. Fire. Stands out nicely. Does reflect nicely as well. The fire reflects so nicely if it's dark orange. Oh, yes. Right then, so that's basically everything that needed to be said. Oh, actually the lights are still on the other side. Oh, that's a lot better now. Sorry, I sometimes make mistakes like that. Whoops. But anyway. Hedge may be full of mistakes, but it's funny, so it's all good. Okay, so yeah, that's everything that needed to be said. I hope you have fun with the silly things with the Jackler cape again. You pair it up with certain things and your body parts disappear. Yay! So, I wonder what scary things we'll be seeing soon. Ooh. Keep an eye out next week. Could it be an early Rust store? Not sure, but hey, today was super early, so maybe it is going to be again, especially with an update. So, all I can say is thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Hope you had fun. And let's hope we can get some sweet, delicious profit in the future. I have such a weird fat ass.
Hedge, look, I got you.
Oh my... Okay.
So let's put that head in the soup.
Oh, the day. I got your head.